Welcome back, Lightning Within 5 listeners. I'm your host, Jennifer Jensen, alongside
Staff Sergeant Stefan Alvarez.
And today's episode is going to be all about women. Awesome women.
It's Women's History Month.
It is. I think we deserve a whole month. Yeah, we do.
No, but you guys honestly do. I think people don't truly appreciate everything that women bring to the table.
No, they don't.
Day-to-day life.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think many women are underappreciated, and this is not a men-bashing session, but women do awesome things. And I sincerely think that if more women were in charge of more important things, the world would be a better place.
Like, I don't think, if it was all women or even all men, everything would be good. Like, I think we need a healthy balance for everything.
No, I'm saying, but I'm also saying, like, I would make one awesome president.
That would be terrifying.
You're not wrong. No, I would not be. But I do think that women are capable of some pretty awesome things. I think we've shown that throughout the years.
For sure.
Okay, happenings around Tyndall.
Mm-hmm.
Spring has sprung, and we're doing a lot more things because it's nicer outside. So the next huge thing for us for rebuild is the Hangar 1 top-off. I'm excited, but I covered rebuild for about 6 months, so I get oddly nerdy about this. So a top-out ceremony is where they take the last steel beam of the skeleton, we'll say, of the new building, and they put it in place. And it's a big, woo, yay, here we go.
And people sign it, and, it's a whole big event because it marks another building that's done.
Yes.
Well, close to being done.
But this one's pretty important because we have 3 fighter squadrons coming, and as of right now, they really don't have a legitimate home. Like, they're just working out of whoever's got space for them right now. Yeah, but no, this is a big milestone. Like, as we keep growing and growing, there's so many projects coming around the corner.
I've just been surprised. Like, it feels like in the last couple of weeks driving around base, there's so many buildings that are popping up that I didn't notice before. And
yeah, like the concrete walls are just like, oh, there it is. Like you see the dirt piles move for every once in a while, but like the concrete walls going up.
And now you see a lot of like the frameworks and the foundations and, like you said, the walls going up. Like, there's been significant progress on a lot of the buildings around here, and it definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah, and we live here.
Yeah.
Imagine somebody that goes on a deployment, like right now they leave, and come back, and you're like, oh my God, I'm at a new base. I can think of at least 2 buildings that are in their final phases of inspection, and we're excited for ribbon cutting. So you could come back, and it could be a whole new base.
Yeah, definitely seeing a lot more tangible results from the rebuild versus a couple years ago when it first started. It really felt like it was kind of dragging to get started and to see some progress. But now, just driving around, you look to your left or your right, and there's something that's going up. So
you were here right after Hurricane Michael, correct?
A year after, yes.
Yes, and it was almost like being on a deployment. Right?
It wasn't that bad. Like, there wasn't Tent City or anything like that anymore at that point. But there was definitely, like, the scrap piles from a lot of, like, the debris that was everywhere. A lot more of the damaged and dilapidated buildings that haven't been torn down yet, which are now long gone, that you would drive around and see. But yeah, since I got here in 2019... it's definitely like a facelift, from then until now.
Yeah. Now we're going to be the insulation of the future.
Yeah.
Be jealous, DOD. We're going to be better than all of your bases.
Eat your heart out.
Okay, let's talk about some fun things coming up. So one of the events that has been hyped up a little bit has been this 325 Fighter Wing block party for our airmen. I think it is so important to have events just for the airmen, because sometimes, like, if you're living in the dorms, you need something to do and you don't want to drive. What is the drive down to PCB? Like 30, 40 minutes?
According to Google Maps, but in all reality, it takes probably an hour, if not more.
Yeah, so if you're young and you want to like go have fun, you want to experience something different, you are driving at least an hour, hour and a half to a location that has more lively nightlife or more lively communities. And that's kind of sad. You know, like, we should be doing all these things for the airmen on base. They need to have a good time and enjoy their experience as baby airmen.
Mm-hmm. And also, it's easy when you're in the dorms to just get stuck in a monotonous routine of wake up, eat, go to work, come back, eat, go to sleep.
Yeah, maybe hit up the gym once in a while, you know? Yeah.
So it is nice to have stuff that breaks up the norm and gives people something to do.
The community commons will have a bowling alley.
That I'm excited for.
I'm excited for that. Because you know what bowling alley means? Bar food. I love me some trash food. I hate bowling because all I think about is the germs.
Oh my God.
Tell me you don't think about that. When you touch a bowling ball, you don't think how many other people have touched that bowling ball and it has not been sanitized.
I mean, it's not my first thought, but...
Me, as a germaphobe / mom, that is my first thought. Like, this is an unsanitary sport. Did you know that Easter's this month?
I thought it was in April.
No, sir. You have a baby. You have to do Easter stuff with her this year.
I mean, we are, but... Yeah, I thought Easter was April. I didn't know it was in March.
Nope. March 31st. Yep. It changes every year.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But I also don't really pay attention to Easter that much, so...
Well, now that you have a child, you should. So on base, we're doing our big extravaganza, and it will be hosted on March 30th at the Youth Center Ball Fields. If you would like more information about the Tyndall Air Force Base Egg Hunt, go to either our main website, which is tyndall.af.mil, or you can check out FSS at tyndallfss.com. They have all of their upcoming events listed on their website, so you can get more information from there. So next month, we have something pretty big. I mean, two big things. One's near and dear to my heart. Next month is Month of the Military Child, and I really sincerely hope to bring somebody on next month to the podcast to talk about that, because I don't think we give enough credit to the military kids. That is a hard life.
It is.
And it pains me with my own kids to watch them go through what they have to go through just because the Air Force moves us so often. Mm-hmm. I do, however, love the fact that people have recognized that military kids need more than other kids per se. So there are programs, and we can get into this next month, but just an overview. There are programs at the schools now where the kids can go talk to a counselor if they're feeling sad because mommy or daddy is deployed, or if they know that they're moving soon and they don't want to go make new friends. Like, there are groups and counselors at almost every elementary school now that cater to those kids. And I think that is so awesome.
Yeah.
But we should definitely celebrate them. Like, they're tough little people.
Mm-hmm. Kids are very resilient.
The other big thing that's happening here at Tyndall specifically next month is the CE Readiness Challenge. Mm-hmm. I geek out so hard for this event.
It's because your husband is
no
in CE. Yes.
That's not true. No, it's so, as a photographer, it is so cool to go cover that, because CE's going out and they're building a runway from scratch. They're building helicopter pads. They're getting tear gassed while they're doing all these things. They're doing like EOD competitions to see who can find the bomb the fastest. They're building water bladders, shelters from the ground up. It's a lot. And it's awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Like, we get CE teams from all over the world, basically.
Yeah.
Like, different countries, Air Force bases from all over the world. They all send teams out here to come compete and earn the bragging rights.
Yeah. We also have, like, it was so funny. Last year, they had bleachers set up so that people could actually just sit there and watch all this happen. And you could see the CE guys just, like, looking over to all the people in the bleachers like, am I amusing you? Is my sweat and tears going into this?
Are you not entertained?
But, I mean, they need to... I think they're also underappreciated, CE.
Yeah. I mean, we touched on this in a previous episode where, like, people don't really grasp how big a CE squadron is.
Yeah.
And how a base would literally fall apart without CE.
Yeah. Or catch on fire. Or... I don't want to say blow up.
They have so much. HVAC, Power Pro... Fire department, EOD.
Yep.
Like anything you can think of, CE has a hand in it.
So hopefully next episode we will have somebody on here, the CE readiness guru, explaining what all goes into that. It's a week-long thing where they're literally doing different objectives every single day, and it is amazing to watch. I don't know that it's open to the public to watch, but if you're a part of Team Tyndall, I do believe the invite goes out to you. So another event that's coming up, we don't know the exact dates yet, is the combat dining out. I also love this.
Combat dining outs are always a good time.
I think the best one I've ever experienced was while I was deployed.
Oh yeah.
That was...
Any deployed or overseas combat dining outs are just
next level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so if you're not familiar, if you've never attended a combat dining out, it is literally playing war with water guns and water balloons. However, while deployed, we put things in the water balloons and the water guns that should not have been, like shaving cream and like food colored shaving cream in the water balloons. So when it busted on you, it ruined everything you were wearing. And we also put like cayenne pepper mixture into the water gun.
That is...
So even if it didn't hit you in the eyes, because most people wear goggles, right? Even if it didn't hit you in the eyes, your skin was on fire if you got hit by that.
What is wrong with y'all? That's
what was the crazy thing you saw overseas, though?
So in the Korean one, because I was in Kunsan before I was here, the combat dining out there, we had the Koreans involved in it.
I can't imagine the intensity level in Kunsan.
They took it very seriously. They were like professionals, you know.
Like building shelters and like...
Yeah, they came all
boomerang.
decked out, ready to go to war with, you know, all the airmen. And it was just a good time. And then, of course, you have like like pretty much like the grog.
The grog.
Yeah.
No one wants to go to the grog.
No, nobody wants to go to the grog. Grog's gross.
If you know, you know. We won't get into details. That's oof.
It's classified.
Yeah. I'm not joking though. The worst grog I've ever seen was at a Marine Corps ball.
I bet.
Or no, it wasn't a ball. It was kind of similar to our dining out. I forget what it was for. But it looked like vomit. And you had to drink it. No matter what.
Yeah,
down the hatch.
like the wing commander. Because it's usually like, you know, all like leadership has their own table that they all sit at. And then like in the middle of everything is the grog. Like they're supervising it.
Usually in a toilet.
Yeah, usually in something that, you know, you don't want to drink out of.
Yep.
And if you have to drink the grog, you're going to drink the grog.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to drink the grog, just don't go.
Yeah.
But they will make sure.
And the more well-liked you are by the masses, the more
higher,
of a chance you
the higher
have to
probability it is that you're going to drink out of that grog.
Oh, good times. Are you going to go this year? You didn't go last year. I was disappointed.
I might. Depends.
It's a good time.
I'll probably go this year.
It was so much fun. Just watching wing leadership have to go through an obstacle course and ride these little tiny tricycles from the CDC and get blasted by a fire hose. Like the firefighters brought out the truck and blasted people with the hose. It was fantastic. Okay, enough with our banter. Let's focus on our guest coming up. She recently won the Tyndall Air Force Base First Sergeant of the Year. She's overall awesome, and we're really excited to have her here. We're focused on Women's History Month. We're going to talk about what it's like being a shirt, all the good things that go along with her, and yeah, stick around. We'll be right back.
This episode of Lightning Within 5 is brought to you by the 325th Fighter Wing Public Affairs Shop. For all the latest news, photos, videos, and more, check out our Facebook page, Instagram, and our official website at tyndall.af.mil.
Welcome back, Lightning Within 5 listeners. I'm your host, Jennifer Jensen, alongside
Staff Sergeant Stefan Alvarez.
And we are here today with our special guest, Master Sergeant Alexis Cabell. How are you doing today, ma'am?
I'm well today. How are you all?
We're great. Thank you so much for coming. We're going to be talking all things first shirt. Also, it's Women's History Month, and you're a pretty amazing female. You've been killing it this year.
Thank
you.
you.
Won the annual award for First Sergeant, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The amount of cheering, y'all, Alvarez, you weren't there, but the amount of cheering her people gave her was like overwhelming.
They're so supportive.
They
I
love
them.
her so much. It was so cool. I love that. So let's talk a little bit about it. Like, how long have you been in the Air Force? What made you want to be a shirt? Let's get into all of it.
Okay. So I've been in June will make about 15 years. And I know I'm kind of a young shirt. So I get that a lot, but I think it helps me connect with the Airman more.
Absolutely.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a shirt because I had a couple encounters with some really good ones and some ones that could probably use a little more mentorship. And people don't realize how much the first sergeant's role plays a part in, where you go in your career, or even just in your life. If you're going through a hard time, how your first sergeant responds to you coming to them with that issue really does make an impact. So me being a normal human being, I've been through some things. So I said I want to be able to relate to the people and help where I can.
That's amazing. And you're not just a shirt for anybody. You're the shirt for the Security Forces.
Defenders. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. But you weren't a Security Forces Airman before this.
No, I was personnel. So 3FO, MPF, all day, every day. Shout out to my MPF folks. And I mean, and a part of that is I loved that job, being on that side of the counter, having to help people with their issues, or they're freaking out about their dependents. I just wanted to do that at a larger scale. So I didn't hate my job. I actually really loved it.
Yeah, but you just wanted to be more.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So what all goes into becoming a first shirt? Like, do you have to go to a special school? Like, can you explain that process for our listeners?
Yes, of course. So essentially it's volunteer based. They did away with the whole, your commander has to put you in for it. It's all volunteer based. And I think they did that so that we could get the people that actually wanted to be there, that wanted to help, not the people that were forced to help. So yeah, you put in an application, and it goes through a bunch of different wickets, through your command chief, through the MAGCOM Diamond Chief, and then all the way up to Diamond 1, and then also, of course, through your CFM. Everyone has to sign off on it, essentially, and then you get selected. You go to school for 4 weeks. I think it's like 28 something academic days, something like that. It's a lot of information in a short amount of time, and there's just certain things that, as much as they do great things down there at the academy, there's just certain things that you just have to experience.
Yeah.
That they can't just teach you about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What are some of the top things as a shirt that you handle?
I'd say readiness, of course. shout out to my defenders, but I'm always on them about their IMR. And if people don't realize that, but readiness is, I mean, it's our number one job as first sergeants. A lot of people think it's, you know, family care plans or going to the dorms, and that's not. That's a part of it, but it is truly readiness.
Yeah.
So that also the personnel issues. Sometimes you just don't know what else someone else is going through. No matter how much you try to peel that onion back, it does take a lot of effort to sometimes pull it out of somebody. Like, tell me what's really going on.
Yeah, especially security forces. That's a tough crowd.
They are, but I've been at security forces for a little over a year now, and I've realized that I say this all the time. They're just misunderstood.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I tell people, I'm like, yeah, I'm a shirt, and what squadron? And I'm like, I'm security forces, and they're like, oh God, and I'm like, hang on one second, don't talk about my people that way. They're just misunderstood. I love them dearly. They're really a great group of people, though. Honestly.
Yeah. We love security forces here. We have a great relationship with them. And being a female shirt, like, that's kind of rare, you know?
Very much so.
Yeah.
Very much so. Up until a couple of months ago, I was the only female senior NCO, like, in the whole squadron.
Wow.
So not only am I the shirt, but I'm also the only female senior NCO that, you know, people can kind of relate to or stuff like that. I remember when I first got here, I was doing post checks, and there were a couple of female airmen that were just kind of stunned. And it threw me for a loop a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, you're our first sergeant? I'm like, yeah. Like, wow, like, you're a woman.
Yeah.
I am indeed. But, you know, as shocking as it was to hear that, I went home later that day and, like, reflected on that. And I'm like, man, you know, come to think about it, I think I've only had one female shirt in my entire career.
Yeah.
So now I get to be the, I guess, you know, representation or whatever you want to call it, for those younger airmen that want to grow up to be a shirt, or, you know, want to just go be whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
It's nice.
And this is no offense to the male shirts,
No.
right? But I also feel like as a female shirt, people are probably more open to talking to you rather than a male. Mm-hmm. And that's not to say, like, they don't care, they don't listen, but we're just normally more empathetic and understanding.
Yeah. I mean, when you can relate to someone that, for all intents and purposes, has the same makeup as you, it's a little easier to talk to them about. And I think in a squadron like security forces, I think that's been a really big help.
Yeah.
For, like, the climate control or the climate and culture in the unit. I do encourage our female airmen and male airmen, like, even if you don't talk to me, talk to somebody.
Yeah.
So whether you're comfortable talking to me or not, just make sure you're talking to somebody.
Yeah.
But I do find that it has been a little different being a female in security forces and the female airmen that are a little more willing to kind of divulge information.
For sure.
I think it's a big help.
Yeah. Have you ever had a female shirt, Alvarez?
Never.
Same. In my career,
Wow.
I always had a dude, and it was usually an old crusty master sergeant.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. So I'm 32, and
you are young.
I am. I am young, but that doesn't take away from my life experience.
No.
You know what I mean? So
Not at all.
there are times where I kind of feel bad that I have been in 15 years, and there are some people that I outrank and have been in longer than me. But over the years, I just kind of did away with thinking like that.
Yeah,
Because
as you
my
should.
experience isn't yours. And
Yeah. Clearly, you're rocking it.
promotion
you're doing
rates,
something right.
I can't control promotion rates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't sit on the board for myself. So
Yeah.
what do you want me to do about it? But I do. I mean, it doesn't stop me from encouraging and mentoring where they want the feedback. I give it to them. And that's just, I don't know.
I love that.
I'm a young hip shirt.
Yeah. And everybody loves you. That's a plus. Because usually you're terrified of your shirt. So
Yeah, no,
the fact that they screamed, and I mean screamed, when she won her annual award, it was so nice to see that. So because you won the annual award, now you get bumped up to MAGCOM, correct?
So it'll go to NAF first.
Okay.
And then if I make it out of NAF, then MAGCOM. But
Nice.
I haven't heard anything about Nav. I'm just really happy to be here. So, I mean, it's my first year as a shirt. I feel like this is kind of unheard of to even have the opportunity to even make it to the wing.
Yeah.
So, I'm just 100% thankful of the award that I have.
Yeah.
So,
That's so amazing.
And you know, it's kind of weird because I didn't earn that because of who I am. You know, it's just everything that's going on in the squadron. Like, our defenders work really hard.
Yeah.
They're working 12-hour shifts, and there's a bazillion gates open, and
Deployments.
Correct. We've got our guard and reserve folks that come in and out to help with the manning, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and because of how hard they work, like, I was just afforded the opportunity to be a part of the squadron.
Yeah.
And take care of them.
So do you get to pick what squadron?
No, ma'am.
Really?
No, the command chief at every base is the functional for first sergeants. Yeah. So the command chief is the one that decides where people go. They're our base functional.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So Chief Sharp puts you over there. Wait, you said base chief?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was in the first sergeant academy.
Oh,
and
okay.
all up until maybe 2 weeks before graduation, I was going to comm.
Switch it up on you.
Yeah. So I got
It's
I got
like
a
night
call.
and day too. Like,
Yeah. Tell me about it. I was like prepping to, be with the comm folks. I'm like, okay, computers, wires, RF, woo. But it turned out that I needed to go to Security Forces. So, and it's been a rough year.
yeah.
It's been a pretty tough year, but we've overcome a lot, and I think we're at a better place now. Yeah. Shout out to the Tyndall First Sergeants group.
Yeah.
We are, when I say like we are one big family, we're always rocking. Every Wednesday we meet, and I swear I love them. We all have our own personalities and our own sense of humor. But when it comes down to like our mental health, because shirts do get burned out.
Oh,
and when it
yeah.
comes down to
for
our
sure.
mental health and how we're feeling, we are so supportive of each other. And I could not have asked for a better shirt council to be a part of.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
That is so important to like be beneficial to your people as long as you have support, and you have an avenue to
Yeah.
escape on.
They always say, who shirts the shirt?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, the other shirts, duh. And mental health, thanks.
What made you want to join the Air Force?
So, for some crazy reason, I thought I wanted to be a Marine.
I could see you as a Marine.
No, you
would've
cannot.
been a great Marine.
No, you guys can't. That's great. I really appreciate that, but no, you can't. I can't see me as a Marine. So that was my initial thing. I was a junior in high school. I was like, I'm gonna go do this. My mom was like, absolutely not. So then my sister, she's 2 years older than me. My sister joined the Air Force in 2008, and I went to go see her graduate. And I said, that's what I want to do. So
Aw.
my older sister, she's my best friend. I look up to her a lot. Now that we're older, I'm the big sister sometimes. But she's a big reason why I'm in the Air Force.
Is she still in?
No, she's not in anymore.
Gotcha.
No, she's not. But she still supports me. So I'm deploying next month, and she's going to come be auntie mom to my kids.
Aw.
So yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep.
And that's an important thing to talk about too, is like, what do we do? We're ramping up to start deploying more often. So as a shirt, like, what do you do for your people to make sure that everything falls in line for them when they do deploy?
Essentially, when I have folks out the door, it sounds kind of bad, but I know they're gonna be okay. They're gonna have a shirt in their deploy location.
Yeah.
I'm more concerned with their family.
Yeah.
Like who they're kind of leaving here at home station, who I can get to, and if we need somebody to go cut some grass, if we need anything, I'm like, who are you leaving here? Your pets. Where are your pets going?
Yeah.
Kids. Spouse, what's going on? Where are we at? Where's your car? You know what I mean? So just make sure that their home front is good to go so that they can focus down there and connect with the shirt that's downrange. So I'll now be the shirt that's downrange, making sure everybody is good to go, heads in the game, downrange.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've always wanted to deploy as a shirt, but I didn't know it was going to be like my first year. And, if I'm being honest.
They're just throwing everything at you this first year.
I'm telling you, like, I'm tired. I'm tired. No, I'm honestly having a great time. I'm having a great time. I love it. I wouldn't. So senior results are out. Or coming out
this morning.
Yeah. So senior raters have them, and I think this is the first time in my career I was like, I'm so ready to just celebrate everybody else.
Yeah.
I just didn't have that weird gut feeling of like, oh my God, I'm on the list. I didn't care because all I wanted to do was be a shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm good where I'm at.
Yeah.
I mean, the blessings come when they're supposed to. But I'm just so happy to be on the side of let me celebrate you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's important too.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people get really caught up in their next big career move and the next big, promotion or whatever, and they don't really take the time to, emphasize their people and celebrate their people.
Right. I'm always behind the camera. So
are we.
Yeah. So you get it. And I wouldn't have it any other way. And that's honestly what meant a lot for me when we had the annual awards, that they celebrated me.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, I was nervous.
Yeah.
I'm nervous right now, to be honest. But they celebrated me, and I felt like we were all celebrating together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still was like, let's take a picture.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
I always say like, hey, you guys mind if I take a picture? I don't want to be corny. I don't want to be a corny shirt.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you guys mind if I take a picture with you? They're like, yeah, of course. I'm like, cool. It's for my first sergeant scrapbook. Thanks.
I didn't know people still scrapbooked.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
It's just for your memories. You need those memories as a shirt.
Exactly. I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll be old and retired one day. I mean, I'll be retired one day and I'll want to make a scrapbook of all my pictures.
Yeah.
And one more thing. Shout out to the command team at Security Forces.
You have a pretty
my chief
awesome
and commander are top tier.
Yeah.
Top tier. And them being males, that doesn't stop us from having some of the best dialogue, some of the best conversations. And even if all of our ideas don't match up, I mean, obviously we come out of the room ready to go on one accord. But I'm really thankful for them. I was nervous. You know what I mean? Just as a woman, I'm like, oh my God, okay, I'm going to the cops. Mm-hmm. There's probably not a lot of women there. I'm going to be okay. And I almost feel spoiled.
Yeah.
I almost feel spoiled
amazing.
That I've had such a good unit and such a good triad my first go. So,
all right. So let's talk a little bit about what this month is. It's Women's History Month.
It sure is.
So our male counterparts, no offense, Sergeant Alvarez, but we go through the military a lot differently, I think, than y'all do.
Absolutely.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So I'm not trying I want to be optimistic when we're talking about this and not focus on like the things that most people focus on, right?
Sure.
So when I joined, I literally was the only female in my entire high school. Like at graduation, they were like, who's going in the military? And I stood up in a sea of dudes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I got so much praise for being brave and, and I was like, I just want to make my future better.
Right.
And it did. Joining the Air Force, were there bad times? Of course. But I think joining the military personally for me was the best thing that ever happened to me.
Sure. Same.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Where I grew up wasn't the best circumstance. Like everybody I grew up with is stuck in the same hometown, making minimum wage. Mm-hmm. I did not want that.
Yeah.
So what was your experience?
Similar.
Yeah.
So I'm from Pittsburgh, and I didn't grow up, I guess what people say, like with a silver spoon in my mouth.
Yeah. Same.
I did not. I mean, my parents, we did what we could and everything like that. But yeah, I went to a high school that was very diverse. Mm-hmm. If you want to go that route, it was very diverse. But yeah, I most of the people that joined the military out of my high school were men.
Yep. Yeah,
they were, I guess, males.
Yeah.
Boys.
But you, kind of like me, I think public affairs is a majority females, yes? Alvarez?
It's definitely more female heavy, I think, than other career fields, for sure.
Yeah.
But personnel. Yeah. Heavy on the females, right?
Oh, yeah.
So,
and that causes its challenges too, because then when you do have males that, you're working with, working for, or are working for you, it can get kind of hectic.
Yeah.
Because they're already in a more admin job versus, a rugged, kicking down doors. And I'm like, hey, you didn't process these orders.
Yeah.
So you could see the mental struggle sometimes for them.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
My experience was awesome. Mm-hmm. I deployed to some pretty shady situations when Iraq was hot and heavy. So I took it and ran with it, and I was like, I can do this. I could do so much more. So that's what happened. Yeah. So I'm extremely thankful for the military.
Same. I mean, that's truly how I feel.
Yeah.
Honestly, you put it the best. There are struggles, but I think every gender has their own struggle. And honestly, being in a predominantly male squadron, I'm seeing that a lot more. So it's definitely giving me perspective.
Yeah.
Coming from personnel, and I'm like, oh, it's a bunch of women everywhere.
Yeah.
And I know sometimes I come in there kind of care bearish, but I think that's a breath of fresh air for security forces.
Oh. Yeah, I'd imagine.
Don't get it twisted. I definitely have my ways. They know when I'm not in a good mood, because of whatever's going on. For the most part, I'm like the opposite. When I'm on leave or out, it's just the commander-in-chief. I'll come back and I'm like, oh, hey, what's up, guys? How's everything going? and I'm like, Shirt, we needed you here. And I'm like, oh, what happened? You know what I mean? And they're like, we just needed your personality, your thought process, because the boss and I are kind of like,
they've been through a lot. They've been through a lot this last year.
They have. And that's what I mean, like being a female in a triad with two other males, it's awesome. Yeah. Because they also give me perspective. They also give me, like, they mentor me as well to some things, and I'm just kind of like, oh, is it that serious? Yeah. And they're like, yeah, it is actually. And I'm like, oh, okay, right, got it. And it shaped the way I my thought process. Yeah. For in some ways. I'm forever thankful for them.
What was it like, pretty much from when you first joined, making your way up to Master Sergeant? Like that journey?
Like, how did you get there so quick? Did you get BTZ?
So don't say so quick. I bet one thing that grinds my gears is when people call me a fast burner.
No, I didn't say that.
I know. But
because you're young.
It's because I'm young. I joined when I was 17.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like my parents had to sign a little waiver, like, yeah, she can go to the Air Force. Yeah. Boom. I turned 18 in tech school. So I didn't get BTZ. I made everything my second go. I don't know what that's about, but up until now I made everything my second try.
So that's not considered a fast burner.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just learned your lessons. You learned what you did wrong and you adjusted.
And when people mentor me, I listen. Yeah. So I am hard-headed though. I'm a procrastinator at times. So there's a couple of senior NCOs in the unit that probably, if they're listening to this, are like, yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. We told her to get this done. We're trying to help her. And I'm like, I don't want to. But aside from that, I mean, I honestly just have been myself, if that makes sense. I just continue to be who I am. I mean, even right now, like I'm on a podcast and I'm like, what do I do with my hands? You know what I mean? But, and not to say that your personality goes into a promotion board or anything like that, but I think when you stay genuine and you do the things that matter to you, what's meant to be will be. Yeah. From my airman days all the way up to being a tech sergeant, I won one monthly award. So it wasn't until I became a tech sergeant that I actually started winning like quarterlies. Yeah. I mean, I was cool like 13 some years in. You know what I mean? And I hadn't won anything there. I've had my career struggles for sure.
Personnel's hard. Like there's so many of y'all.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. So you really have to stand out.
Yeah.
But I just always told myself that no matter what, I'm gonna do the things that I know I enjoy. I'm not going to sign myself up for something that I know I don't like to do just to try to get ahead.
Like the Air Force Ball? Because you're on that committee right now.
Well, yeah, I would, and I have to come off of it because of
your deployment,
duty calls.
Yeah,
you know, yeah, I could never be Sergeant Foster. Kudos to that man for running the Air Force Ball. I mean, he's got a bunch of committees, and I think that's great. But I know my strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah,
I know my areas of improvement, and I know I can run a subcommittee.
Yeah,
I know I can. And that's just what I maintain. That's just what I maintain. Like, hey, I know I'm good at this. Of course, I step out of the box every once in a while, but I'm gonna do the things that I know I enjoy, and then the form fills itself.
Yeah,
because we're not gonna act like we all don't have forms to fill.
Yeah, Sergeant Foster's got his hands full because if the Air Force Ball turns out to be a flop and people hate it, you know,
I don't think it's gonna be.
Oh no, he's got big plans.
He's so full of ideas.
Yeah, he's got
I'm like,
big
where does he
plans.
come up with all of it?
I love it. We'll talk in like a future podcast more about the Air Force Ball. We'll probably get Sergeant Foster in here, but he just the theme like to infinity. I know it sounds Disney-ish, but it's like
it's futuristic.
Yeah, and we're projecting into the future, right? Installation of the future. So, all right, Sergeant Cabell, thank you so much for being on the podcast today, and congrats on your annual award for First Sergeant of the Year for Tyndall. And we hope to have you back soon.
Thank you so much for having me. This was really fun. It's my first time ever doing a podcast, and the microphones in here are really great. I really had a great time. You all are awesome, and thank you again for the congratulations. And I hope to come back.
Yeah,
I'll tell you all my deployment stories. How about that?
All right.
We could do that.
All right, that wraps up this episode of Lightning Within 5. And as always, thank you for listening. If you ever need Tyndall information, please check out our Facebook, Instagram, or website at tyndall.af.mil. We'll see you next time.